Philip.
I guess my career, people say, people are interested for whatever reason, how you fell into it. I grew up in New Zealand. My mum was always, was not very well. I started to cook because she couldn't. I did actually go to Christchurch to sit an exam to be an aircraft mechanic for Air New Zealand. Most chefs had rubbish maths and I sort of failed that. And Mum just sort of, after that, walked me into town. This is the 70s, and said, he went into a place called the Clarendon. It was sort of quite a well-known restaurant in Christchurch. Hotel. They just said, start tomorrow. The next day I cut my finger off on the slicer and I've been kind of cooking ever since. Really. I liked my job and I didn't think of doing anything else, but it wasn't really a passion. It was just, I ended up as the second chef, sous chef at the Crest Hotel, which is now the Pullman Hotel. And a friend of mine, Jim, and his friend, they'd gone to England. He rang up and said, you've got to get over here. We're kidding ourselves. I can remember going to this restaurant. It was owned by Anthony Worrell Thompson. It was the real rage at the time. Lady Di used to eat there. It was called Menage a Trois. The food started to turn up. There was like 15 different lettuces, 20 different mushrooms. I just was looking at it going, wow, I'll be flat out putting a name to this, let alone working with it. But, and to put it in perspective, at the time in Australia, we had a button mushroom and a field mushroom. So that's when it changed for me. I was about to go back to England and someone said, have you seen Rob Riddell's bought that building on the corner of Boundary and Adelaide Street? And I went and spoke to him and he said, if you come back within 6 months, we can do the restaurant. And so that was the start of Echo. Right place, right time, I guess.
It was the first of its kind in Brisbane.
Thank you.
It was.
Yes, he was iconic.